Peace, y'all. So we about to talk about coming to America. All right. So I watched it, and I watched it four times. Four times. I'm gonna say the first time I watched it was the same way I felt about when I watched Norbit. When I first watched Norbit for the first time, I couldn't. It just didn't hit me. Watched it the second time, coming to America. I picked up on a few little things. Watched it the third time, I picked up on a lot more subtle jokes and laughed a little bit more. Watched it the fourth time, laughed a whole lot more. It's kind of Coming to America 2 is a movie that it has to grow on you. Just like the original Coming to America, the more you watched it, the more things you picked up on and the more you enjoyed it. So I want to focus on the pros of this movie first, all the positive things. So all the positive I saw was it was cool to see all these different characters from the original movie come back. Eddie Murphy brought all these other characters, these old characters back. So I looked at the movie more as a celebration. As I watched it a number of times, I looked at it as a celebration of the original movie. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. A lot of people went into it with expectations that it was going to be as great or even greater. But you can't look at it like this. This movie is more or less a celebration of the original. All right. So basically, if you watch the movie, it's kind of like it repeats the same kind of formula that the original had, except it's just more explosion. So there's a lot of cameos in this movie, a lot of who's who in here. And I would say overall, it was an enjoyable experience to watch because you got to see a lot of greats like Wesley Snipes, who his character was so funny. Arsenio Hall, seeing him on the screen again, his role as Semi was funny. I mean, there was a lot of funny stuff that happened with him. Leslie Jones, to me, she was a standout. She was funny. You know, a lot of people say, oh, she plays the same types of roles and stuff. I'm like, nah, man, I don't care. She's a comedian first. She's funny. She does what she does, and she was funny. I would say seeing Lisa McDowell, Sherry Headley, man, oh my gosh, she is beautiful, man. She's so beautiful. Still fine. It's great seeing her, man. It's good seeing like James Earl Jones still looking good. You know, as old as he is, he's still looking good. It's good to see him in here, man. He gets his flowers, you know, before he, you know, moves on and transitions one day. John Amos, Mr. McDowell, great to see him. It was cool for them to reprise the barbershop scenes, which was cool. The character they played as the son of Prince Akeem, what's his name, Jermaine Fowler. He was decent, man. I heard a lot of people say, yeah, we should get DC Fly to play him, but I thought he did. I thought he did okay. He did all right. His love interest, though. Oh man, I watched that movie over and over because of her. I can't say her name right. Namzamo. Oh, I might be slaughtering her name. Namzamno Mbatha. She's from South Africa. She plays the hairdresser. That woman is, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, man. Her alone made me want to come back and watch the movie. But anyway, I digress. But overall, the movie was good. They pay homage to the original movie. They throw in all the different references from the movie, all the different jokes and things that people liked. I will say a lot of the humor in here, there was a lot of in-your-face type humor that they try to provide. But what I liked about it, there's a lot of subtle moments, subtle humor in here, especially like facial expressions. There's a lot of facial expression humor in here. So if you're the type of person that pays attention to small things like that, or just little things that are said, like little small comments that are said, you'll find the humor in this. When I first watched it, I missed a lot. So I had to watch it a couple times, and I picked up on all these things, and the movie started growing on me, man. And it's actually a pretty funny movie. Now, let me flip to the cons of this. The one thing I think that's really messes this movie up in certain ways to me is the pacing of the movie. So whereas in the first movie they allowed a lot of jokes to breathe, in this movie they tell some jokes. Some of them breathe, some of them don't. So it's kind of like they tell the joke and it just moves on to the next clip or next scene or the next part of the dialogue, and so you miss a lot. And so I think the pacing, they were trying to put a lot in this movie at one time. And I think they were running out of time because it seemed like towards the end, they really squeezed in a lot of different references and stuff like that, all at the same time at the final scenes. So I think that's what kind of messed this movie up. But that aside, overall, it was a solid movie. I think they did their best to create a second movie for this. I thought the concept of the concept of the storyline was cool. One of the issues I had was probably Wesley Snipes' character, not his character, but his daughter, played by what's her name, Tiana Taylor. In one breath, she's being very aggressive and sexual when they first show her, but then towards the end of the movie, they show her being acting like the woman from the first movie who was supposed to be the princess that Hakeem was supposed to marry. She kind of echoes the same sentiments, being very submissive and stuff. So I was kind of worried about that. I was like, how can she be aggressive in this first scene when Lavelle, which is Prince Hakeem's son, meets her, and then the second time they show her, she's being very passive. That was kind of weird to me. Again, pacing was another issue. Sorry, what else? Oh yeah, there's a lot of messages of feminism and women empowerment in this movie, which I guess is okay, but to me it was a little overboard, man. And that's the only thing I have an issue with. It was, to me, it was like it was punch you too much in the face with it. But again, Kenya Barris, the guy who wrote Blackish, wrote the screenplay, so I understand he's gonna put messages in there. Overall, solid movie. I'm running out of time. Let me know what you think. Peace.